I mean, I don't even have to film this video. I could just go play Minecraft. Unless I make the video about Minecraft. I don't even know what I would say about it. I almost want to call it the greatest game of all time. Which is weird, and like, it's weird to call it that. But why I want to call it that is because I think it incorporates so many things that appeal to a wide amount of people. Does that not mean it's the greatest game of all time? That it has achieved everything you want to achieve in a game. Like, it appeals to little kids and older people. Like, my mom thinks it's cool. And it appeals to people who are avid gamers and play a lot of games. And then it appeals to people like me who don't really play a lot of games, but like playing some games. And I'm sure it would even appeal to people who really don't like games. But maybe not people who really don't like it. I don't know. But it has creativity, and it also has like kind of a battle thing, a battle mode. And a lot of people like that in games. And that's people like being creative. And some people like puzzles. It kind of has puzzles. I'm a puzzle person. I really like Portal. I don't know where my Portal cube is. Oh, there it is. And I like it because it's puzzles. And you're not running around not knowing where the fuck you're supposed to go. You go in the door, you figure out the puzzle, you go out the door, and it leads you to the next thing. I really like that about Portal. I always get lost in games. Oh. I mean, you can get lost in Minecraft for sure. And it definitely drops you and doesn't tell you where to go. But the thing is, you don't have to go anywhere. You can go down, you can go all different directions. I guess you can go up, kinda. Not that there's much in the sky. It's not a storyline. You create your own storyline. It's like life. It's almost like a game of life where except it's a really fucked up life where you kind of just are born in the middle of nowhere with no one around you, totally alone. And sometimes there's cute animals, but there's also like fucked up monsters. Like in my game, a zombie spawned in a tree where I ended up building my house. And because he spawned in the tree, I kind of have left him there. He doesn't do anything. I can go close to him and he's just kind of like growls. He's just stuck in the tree and I'm gonna leave him there. And they're always adding things. You can continually add to this fucking thing. It's so insane. And everybody basically has a different game. Like, you have the same basis. It's, like I said, it's like life. Everybody in the world is just dropped into a different environment and they go. You essentially just kind of figure things out on your own and experiment, and sometimes things fuck up. And there's a bit of a consequence to death, which is kind of neat. Instead of just coming back in the place you died with all your stuff, you are sometimes very far away from your stuff and you're like, shit. And then it makes it so stressful to like get back home when you have something cool, but also like biggest reward when you make it. But yeah, it feels super nerdy to talk about how I like Minecraft. Like, even when I tell people that I like playing it, I feel weird saying it, like I'm not supposed to like it, or it's like weird, silly, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna make fun of me for some reason. And maybe it's like my perception of it or something, I don't know. My perception of what other people's perceive this game to be. I didn't start playing it forever, like not until like 2 weeks ago, because I was just like, it also seemed really complicated and I was like, I'm not really a gamer. I've never been that much into games. Like, there are some that I get really into, like Portal or Mario Kart. I find it really calming to drive a cart. That's why I like playing that game. And people are like, you think Mario Kart is calming? And I'm like, well, it's frustrating too, obviously, but yeah, I don't know, when you get good at it and you're like in first, way ahead of everybody, and nothing's really gonna bug you and you're fine, like, it's kind of calming. I didn't play it for a long time because it just seemed daunting, or like, I don't know, I just didn't want to do it. And it wasn't until I actually started watching PewDiePie's Minecraft series, because I didn't even watch his Minecraft series the whole time it was going on all summer, because I was like, Minecraft, like, I don't know, I was just so not interested in even finding out what it was, really. And I was like, I think I have an idea what it is, and like, meh. But finally watching that and being like, this is really cool, because you can essentially like write a story, create a story. And yeah, and like, I thought it would be fun to like build the house first, because another thing was that I was like, what do you do? Like, I don't even know what you do really. And then when it's like, okay, you get dropped in this place and you like just find blocks and build a house and then go down, and like, yeah, I just didn't know really what it was. It just seemed really complicated and strange, and I just didn't want to know what it was. I don't know why. But finally, watching that, I was like, okay, this seems really cool, and I was like, I'm going to try this, and like right away, it's just so fun, and you really get into it. And it takes like a really long time to do like simple things, because you're just like, okay, I'm gonna like do this kind of quest that you like make up. You're not like giving quests, you just like do them. And then it ends up taking like 4 hours, and you're like, oh my god, it took me 4 hours to just do that thing. Or like get these minerals to build this thing because I want to do this thing. But it's fun and it feels rewarding when you do things and you create your home and your world, and then you can show it to your friends and you see their thing, and like everyone's just so different. It's so cool. So that's why I think it's the greatest game of all time. There's my shitty case, because I'm really bad at explaining why I like things, but I did my best. I guess I could engage the people who could potentially be on the other side of my iPhone, the invisible people, and be like, do you think Minecraft is the greatest game of all time? What do you think is the greatest game of all time? Because I think my reasons are pretty valid, that it could be the greatest game that was ever created. It just hits all the things. I don't know. But yeah, so like, what do you think? I have a hard time acknowledging that there's ever going to be anyone else on the other side of this.